friends, welcome to this video on the test settings in UFT. So let us go to the settings and then see what all settings are there in the UFT test. So let us start with the properties. In this particular settings, it displays all the details of the test, like the test name, then author who created the test, when the test was created, and the version in which that particular test was created. And then it also displays the location of the test and then associated add-ins. So right now this .NET and Java add-ins are loaded, but you can also click on this modify button and then check or uncheck the add-ins that you want to load. And then generate script allows you to create the script for the settings. So if you click on this one, it will ask you for the file name in which you can save the PBS settings. So this actually creates the PBS file which contains all the details of a particular settings. So if you open this dd.pbs, you can notice that this particular code is generated. So this is useful if you want to change the settings using the code in UFT test. So let's move on and go to the run. So this particular section allows you to configure the data table related settings. For example, here if you select run one iteration only, that means your test and the actions will be executed only once for the first row in the data table. So if you have say 10 rows in your data table, only one first row will be executed. And run on all rows, it means that your actions or the test will be executed 10 times if there are 10 rows in your data table. And if you want to specify like specific rows, you can also specify that. So those the test will be executed for that many rows. Then here is the important settings, like when error occurs during run session, what to do. So you can give the pop-up message box, then you can proceed to next action iteration, then you can also stop the run or you can proceed to the next step. So you can choose any of these when the error occurs. Then another important setting is object synchronization timeout, which is 20 seconds by default. So this is the timeout that UFT will wait if object doesn't appear even after this time. Then it will throw the exception saying that object not found. Then you can disable the smart identification during the run session by checking this checkbox and business process monitor. So this one is applicable only when you are using the business process monitor. Let us go to the resources settings. Over here you can add or remove the resources like library files by browsing to these files. You can attach the files in which you can save the methods or the functions that can be used by the UFT test. You can also check the syntax for all the XML files, and this another setting is data table. If over here you can give the different data table if you want. So by default it picks up the Excel file that is available under the test directory, but you can give the another Excel file from which the data table will be loaded. Another important setting is environment. Over here there are two types of environment variables, built-in and user-defined. So built-in is nothing but system-related variables which you cannot change. So OAS localhost name, click on those variables, this value is displayed over here, and which you can use in your code. And another variable is user-defined. You can add the variables by clicking on this and then putting the name and value of variables over here. You can also export the variables by clicking on this button, and you can load the variables from the XML file and by navigating to this particular XML file. So I have got this env.xml file and I can load it like that. So that file contains those variables, so those are loaded over here. So here is the env.xml file. So this file should be in this particular format. Start with the environment tag. It contains one or more variable tags with name and values in it. Let us move on. So remember that you will not be able to edit those variables during your script. Then let us move on. The Java settings, there are some settings related to only the Java applications or the Java objects. For example, if you're running this Java edit.set steps, what events you have to call, can uncheck or check these check boxes, and then characters to exclude, perform mouse keyboard operations at device level for these selected methods. So you can select these check boxes if you want. Mobile hybrid, this allows to transform the tests old created in the old UFT version or the QTP version to the latest version. In the web, we have got the browser navigation timeout 60 seconds. That means your UFT will wait for this much amount of time for your page to load. And for the active screen access, if there is username and password for the web application, you can put it over there so that it will not ask again and again. Then in the recovery, you can attach the recovery file and the recovery scenario. So if you browse and then create attach a recovery file, add the recovery file, it displays all the scenarios in that file. So right now there is only one, so you can add the scenario like that, and then once you add it, you can activate the scenario on every step or on error. So you can do it like that, and then click on apply. So whenever the trigger event that is defined in that scenario occurs, that particular scenario will be invoked, recovery scenario will be invoked. Then these two tabs or the two settings are added recently in the UFT. So log tracking is allows you to put the log messages created by the application into the run results. So for that you have to check this checkbox, and for that this particular thing to work, you should know the application's log framework, like log message source where the logs are coming, then port on which the log messages are coming, and minimum level to add a node to the result stream. So what kind of error messages you want to add to the results. So if your application is outputting this particular log information at specific port, you can capture that, or the UFT can capture that particular log messages and put it into your run results. And you can also configure the log framework for the application like that. If there is any properties file related to your logging framework, you can add that files. For example, log4j is a Java configuration framework, logging framework, for which it needs the logging properties or the configuration file, which you can add from over here. And local system monitor, this particular setting allows you to monitor some of the local application related things. Like if you select this, you can select the application that you want to monitor, and then which parameter you want to monitor or is given over here. For example, memory uses by this application, then GD objects used by this application, handle count, thread count of this particular applications. And you can also give the limit over here. So if it crosses that limit, test might fail. So that is how you can monitor the particular parameters of the applications, the application under test. So there are lots of parameters over here. If you click on this particular button, it will display a lot of parameters over there that you can monitor. So private bytes, priority base, elapsed time. There are a lot of hardware related things that you can monitor for this particular application. So this is all about the test settings in UFT. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.
Hi friends, if you find this video useful, please hit like button, and for more videos, please subscribe to my channel, and also visit www.softforce.org for more tutorials and updated videos. Thanks for watching my video.